call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
This one started.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So USC's offense will go to work first. These guys played a terrific game a year ago, final Saturday of the regular season. Close through halftime, tied at 14. But the Fighting Irish showed why they were bound for the national championship game and took home the coveted weapon of Gaelic combat in capturing the shillelagh in the second half.
They took the shillelagh. Yeah, it was 14-14 at half. It was a really good football game, and then Notre Dame's defense just takes over. They scored 14 points, 100-yard interception return, 99-yard interception return. This got a punch to a ticket, Jesse, for the college football player.
And it was Notre Dame being Notre Dame. You mentioned their defense. They also ran the ball extremely well. Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love, both had huge games on the ground. So able to control the football, you know, that's going to be a big key for Marcus Freeman's squad in this one with a jeweled shillelagh up for grab.
He's loose. Oh, a lot of space. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Looking back to last year, the Trojans made a midseason quarterback change. You might expect that, trying to live up to what Caleb Williams was able to do, but Jaden Maiava certainly finished strong, Jesse.
Yeah, the UNLV transfer.
Wide open spaces.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He'll pull it on the read. It's a running room. Oh, he's got some space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper came on a 34-yard jaunt to the end zone. Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. Football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. Really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The Irish send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He's got great speed. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Back to pass, it's Mayava. A strike downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Trojans in the hurry-up.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line, not enough to move the sticks.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
Offense changing the play. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mayava. Just about had to pick look in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Throws to the back. Grab near the sticks. It's Price. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Looking downfield on 1st down. They're setting up the screen. Hard running there. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the 1st down.
Notre Dame ready to go with another 1st down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Caught over the middle. It's Fields. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it up at 13. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Quick completion to the right. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jordan. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Going for the big play. Pulls in the deep ball. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the 2nd quarter. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Turning it on. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Turning on the Jets. Got enough for the first. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, USC.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Irish back on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. To the air on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. So many memorable and historic moments in this rivalry, guys. It's almost a century old now. First meeting in 1926.
Well, you think of all the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Newt Rockne, Ara Parseghian, John Robinson, Pete Carroll. A lot of national championships between these two schools, David.
Lou Holtz, we could keep going on. The uniforms are always strong, always consistent. Fan bases are always so great.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
There he goes.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Going for it all. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Irish. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. My wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
Back to throw, it's Mayava. Almost a D lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They closed the gap on their last drive. Now an opportunity to take the lead if they can score here. Handoff to the single running back. There he goes. It's a seam wide open. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We're always talking about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. He caught it. And he couldn't quite make it in. He's run out of bounds at the 1.
And it's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
They go to the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Vanderbilt is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jay Cutler, this might not be over just yet. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to LSU. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Back to throw, it's Mayava. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Strachan. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun, wants to to pass. Here comes the heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
Yeah, and all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They punted away on 4th down. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Wants to throw on 1st down. Punts it out of the air. He's loose. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Moving out of the pocket. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Got out of trouble and throws. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but he's not able to get to the first down marker.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The RPO fire complete to the left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pulls it in. It's Sanders.
Good play call on defense. 3rd down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They're able to make the tackle and now set up 4th.
And they'll get it down after the return at the 27-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, the jeweled shillelagh on the line, and already USC and Notre Dame has given us some impressive moments. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between USC and Notre Dame plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Trojans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Payne. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes.
A lot of space. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead. But you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here. And I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind.
Wide open spaces. All down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Right on the money. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick strike complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No serve, no moss, get it together.
They keep him out of the end zone. He's run out of bounds at the 5.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. to move the ball in a drive like that. The most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
On the ground, it's Sanders. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They've been running it, but now the pass. The short hands, it's Lemon. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. The Trojans want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make the first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. And the Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Pocket breaking down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Sanders. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Irish, back on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change... and help you win a football game because that hit is what caused that fumble.
Great place to start for this offense. Defense wants to bring the heat. To the air, it's Mayava. Here's a heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up in the game.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's complete on the right side. There is nowhere to go. He is stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. No good. And they missed the opportunity to draw closer, still down by 5.
Well, they knew coming into this game touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive, Reese. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now, and they just got to make more plays.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. To the ground with the back. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Notre Dame with a 2nd down play to start the 4th. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient and fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Dropping back, it's Mayama. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Leaves it with the back.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They're looking for an advantage to the right. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the 1st down. A few more 1st downs, and you can walk out of here with a dub.
To the air on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And how about this offense running the football when you know it's going to be a run? Being the more physical squad. And this defense, man, trailing in this football game, still got those 3 timeouts, but they've got to get a stop. They've got to make a stand and start burning those timeouts.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And this is so frustrating late in the game when you got to get the football back and you can't stop them. My goodness, this drive's been going play after play after play. This defense has got to find a way to bow up, make something happen, get a stop, and get the football back.
The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, two things you're thinking about here offensively is, one, you want to take as much time off the clock. But two, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a two-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Second down, he'll throw it. Got it set up on the outside. Touchdown, Aaron! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Vanderbilt has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Nashville. They're up by 11 over LSU. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Gets rid of it. Got a man. It's Jordan. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out 1st downs on a penalty. Looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. He's taking a deep shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires into the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
And listen, still a ways to go. But great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Ballman.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse